वाञ्छितोऽहं महाराज हरिणा बन्धुरूपिण येन मेऽपहृतं तेजो देवविस्मापनं महत्. This shloka was spoken by Arjuna to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Arjuna went to Dwarka to find out the next program of Lord Krishna, and he stayed for 7 months, and after 7 months he is coming back to Hastinapur to meet Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Yudhishthira Maharaj saw Arjuna lamenting. He was in great distress, despondency. His face was so dejected. And Yudhishthira Maharaj asked several questions to Arjuna. Why are you so dejected? Our relatives in Dwaraka, are they doing well? How is Krishna? How is Balaram? How is Vasudeva? How is Devaki? How is Ugrasena? Like that he is asking about the welfare of all the chief Yadu members, and asking also about the personal welfare of Arjuna. But Arjuna was very silent and he could not speak out. He was so overwhelmed. His throat was choked up completely, because by that time the Supreme Lord Krishna has disappeared from this world. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was obliged to ask Arjuna, Arjuna, I asked you so many questions about your dejection, but I cannot find any other reason for your dejection other than the disappearance of Krishna. Can you please frankly tell me, did Krishna disappear from this world? Is that the reason for your lamentation now? Then finally Arjuna managed to compose himself a little bit and then started speaking to Yudhishthira Maharaj. He began with this shloka. Vanchitoham Maharaja Harina Bandhurupina Yena Mepahritam Tejo Deva Vismapanam Mahat. O Maharaja, O Yudhishthira Maharaj, I have been cheated. Harina Bandhurupina, that Lord Hari, that Supreme Lord Krishna has appeared as my Bandhu, as my dear friend and relative. And he disappeared now. I can't have his association anymore. Vanchitoham Maharaja Harina Bandhurupina. And he said that Yena me apahritam tejo deva vismapanam mahat. Because Krishna disappeared from this planet, my powers also have gone. Means Arjuna was lamenting for because he is missing Krishna, and he is also mentioning that because Krishna is not there with me, I lost all my powers also. I have no more powers. Deva Vismapanam Mahat. This Arjuna could mesmerize even great devatas also. Shiva was impressed with Arjuna's prowess. Indra was impressed with Arjuna's prowess. So Arjuna had so many military certificates. He is such a great warrior. He is a great bowman, very popular, very famous for his skill of using bow. So although Arjuna could impress even great devatas also with his skills, now that Krishna has gone, Krishna has left him, Arjuna felt totally powerless. I am totally powerless. So Arjuna is not exactly lamenting for the loss of his powers. Arjuna was lamenting for the loss of his friend Krishna. Because when Krishna left this material world, Arjuna lost his powers, because powers are not required for the devotees of Krishna to go back to Godhead. The Supreme Lord descends on this planet to fulfill some mission. He wants to annihilate all the miscreants. He wants to establish dharma. He wants to protect righteous people. So he does it personally in his incarnation, and he also does it through some of his devotees like Arjuna. Arjuna also has killed so many miscreants, which is a part of Krishna's mission. So those devotees who assist the Supreme Lord Krishna in fulfilling his mission of descent will also get some powers from Krishna to act according to his mission. So these devotees are participating in Krishna's service. So to execute that service of Krishna, Krishna gives those devotees some powers. So Arjuna fought in this great battle of Kurukshetra, and he has killed several miscreants. So for that, Krishna has empowered Arjuna with a very great military strength, military skill. So Arjuna has used all that skill or power given to him by the Supreme Lord Krishna and fought in the Kurukshetra war and defeated so many miscreants and killed all of them and caused liberation for them. And now that the service is over, the facilities to do that service are withdrawn. Now the Kurukshetra war was over, all the powers of Arjuna were withdrawn. So Arjuna lost all powers. But Arjuna has no problem because he lost the powers, but he is only feeling sad and he was feeling dejected because he lost his friend Krishna. Lost means he was missing his friend Krishna. So Krishna disappears from this material world. That does not mean Krishna dies. So just like sun appears in the east in the morning, that is sunrise. By the end of the day, sun sets. So the disappearance of the sun is not the death of the sun. When sun disappears at the end of the day here, he also appears. He rises in the other hemisphere in this universe. So the sun set at one place is sunrise at another place. Similarly, when the Supreme Lord Krishna disappears in one universe, he inaugurates his pastimes in another universe. And sun sets today here, sun again rises tomorrow. Similarly, when the Supreme Lord Krishna stops his manifest pastimes in this world, in this universe at one place, the Supreme Lord Krishna again manifests those pastimes in the next day of Brahma again. So in this way, Krishna's disappearance is compared to the appearance and disappearance of the sun. So the appearance of the sun is not the birth of the sun, the disappearance of the sun is not the death of the sun. Similarly, the appearance of Krishna is not exactly birth of Krishna, and disappearance of Krishna is not exactly death of Krishna. It's only manifestation and unmanifestation. So Krishna's pastimes are all eternal and Krishna himself is eternal. And now that Krishna stopped his pastimes in this manifest incarnation and he went back to his abode, Arjuna was missing Krishna. Arjuna was lamenting, all my powers are lost. So another important lesson that we can take from this beautiful shloka is that whatever powers that we have are because of Krishna's sanction. So Krishna gives us certain powers to execute his will, to perform his service, and once the service is completed, Krishna will take away those powers, because powers have nothing to do with devotional service. Powers may facilitate our service to Krishna, but the power itself is not devotion. So one should have love and devotion for Krishna to reach him, to go back to Godhead. So these powers may help us in some service, but the powers themselves are not required for us to go back to Godhead. So we need to understand that our powers, our skills, our talents, our resources do not belong to us. They are given to us by Krishna, and an intelligent human being engages all these talents or powers and resources in Krishna's service to come closer to Krishna and go back to Krishna. And one should not misuse those powers given by Krishna for one's own selfish enjoyment. One should only use those powers given by Krishna in Krishna's service, just like Arjuna did. Powers are needed to execute service, but powers are not needed for us to go back to Godhead. That's what Prabhupada beautifully explains in this purport. For example, if a crow takes some peacock feathers and puts in its tail and then says that, oh, see, I am looking so beautiful, so crow will only make fool out of oneself. Similarly, when a common conditioned soul becomes very proud or claims credit for his activities, although he is doing those activities because of the powers given by Krishna himself, he is just making fool out of himself. So one should only use all one's powers in Krishna's service and give credit to Krishna, because Arjuna's activities and Arjuna's overall attitude and lamentation here proves that whatever powers he had are only because of Krishna's sanction. So, and Arjuna's separation, feelings of separation from Krishna are also seen. Arjuna's love and affection for Krishna are also seen in this beautiful shloka. These are a few thoughts on this shloka based on the Acharya's commentaries. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
For more such devotional programs, please watch Hare Krishna television. To get this channel, please contact your cable or DTH operator. For more information, please call 8767 845845.